Hello folks, welcome back for another video. So this week we are doing a Pacific video on food and what I'm feeding and what I've discovered. This awesome new food that I've been using since the Reefer 750 and I've been using exclusively with this tank. Apologies for last week's video, absolute rubbish quality. It was all just too bright and all too overexposed. I'm recording with the new Samsung Galaxy S10 and still getting used to all its functions and different modes and stuff, and I've altered lots of stuff, so hopefully this video this week will come out a lot better. Anyway, into the subject, what am I feeding? I get a lot of questions, what am I feeding? And this is a really big thing with keeping a reef tank, is what you feed and how much of it you feed. So I have discovered this really good food. A lot of you would have heard of it before, and if you haven't, I suggest you do some homework on it and look into the company. A really good company. They spend a lot of money on research, and I've been using it since my Red Sea Reefer 750, and with this tank I've been using it exclusively, and the results are absolutely amazing. You think, well, you know, how can a food, have such a big impact? It really does. What we do with our marine tanks, we've all been guilty of it. Well, that's what I used to do, is basically hit the tank with a myriad of whole variety of foods, from frozen, flake, pellet, algae wafers, algae sheets, seaweed on a clip, all this stuff. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to meet the dietary requirements for different types of fish within the tank by hitting it with all different angles and different variety of foods. And wouldn't it be nice if there was just one convenient food you could put in that hits all the requirements and all the nutritional needs, all the vitamins and minerals, trace elements in one single food? And this company has produced a food that really does do it all. When you look into the company and what they actually put into this food, it's amazing, and the results speak for themselves. This tank, I'm amazed. This is the first time I've done a tank and fed exclusively on this food, and I am getting hardly any detritus, none. You know, when you go through the sand, you pump through it every week to get this detritus up out of the sand and out your rock work and into the water column for doing your water changes and whatnot. I'm hardly getting any. This tank's been running nearly 3 months now, since the beginning of the year, and with livestock feeding, I feed really heavy with this food as well, 3 to 4 times a day. I'm getting hardly any detritus. So anyway, what it is, let's get on to what it is. Keep waffling on like I usually do. Try and keep this video short. It's basically from a company called New Life Spectrum. You've probably heard of it, and if you haven't, look it up. They've spent a lot of money into the research of fish nutritional needs, and they have now come out with a new range, this New Life Spectrum probiotics, and this isn't a gimmick. It's actually got millions of live bacterial cultures that they've devised a way of getting the live bacteria into the pellet without, when they cook the pellet, without them all dying. They stay dormant until the food hits the fish's gut and they become active. They've also added in phosphate eating bacteria as well. It's just a really good food. What happens is that the fish absorbs the nutrients much better with all these live bacteria within the pellet, and there's hardly any waste that comes out. I can't quite believe it. It's the first time I've used it, this new probiotics one anyway. And the nutrients that are in the food there's so much in it. Just made a few little notes. I mean, if you look at the side of the the top, there's an analysis of everything that's in it, but they use whole Atlantic krill, giant squid, whole fish, garlic, omega-3 fish oils. There's about 6 different strains of algae in there, and seaweed. Vitamin A, D, E, B12, all the trace elements are in there, and obviously with all this live bacteria as well. There's everything for all fish dietary needs in one pellet. Yeah, fantastic. This tank is running phosphates, reading 0, undetectable on the Salifert test kit, and my nitrates are now down to 1 ppm, and I'm feeding the tank crazy heavy. There's no, I'm not running any no box, so no carbon dosing, and the tank is just naturally going to real low nutrients, although I'm feeding heavy. And I put it down to, a lot of it down to this food. There's just simply not a lot of waste kicking about in the system, and I expect by now, if I'd been putting frozen and different types of flake in, I would be getting a lot of detritus. So what I do is I shut the system down. We give the fish a little bit of a feed. This first feed today of the day. I don't usually feed loads early on. I progressively feed more towards the end of the day. So I'll quickly do that. But yeah, check this food out. It's not particularly cheap. It's like for this small little pot, £14. Yeah, £14. But well worth it. Its shelf life's really good. As long as you keep it in a nice airtight container. That's why I recommend that you put it into a smaller tub and do daily feedings. So I'm going to try and keep this video nice and short this week. Let's just turn all this off. They go crazy for it as well, if you can get them on it. Initially they might not like it, they might turn their nose up at it for a few days, but be persistent, don't offer anything else but this food, and eventually once they're on it they go crazy for it. As you can see, they recognise the pot. I just do a nice small pinch, I throw it in so some goes down to the sand bed for the shrimp and the crab and different clean up crew, but the fish can feed off the top and what's in the water column as well. So I just throw it in like that. These are just the different size pellet sizes. This is the smallest they do. I think the pellet size on this is, let's have a look, 0.5 mil. I do 3 or 4 pinches a day like that, which is quite a lot for a little nano tank like this. It's important not to overfeed this. Only feed as much as they'll eat in about a minute, 2 minutes or so. Yeah, brilliant food. So convenient. No more going to the freezer. The colours on the fish are really bold. The health's brilliant. Their body weight's good. Love it. I've actually got loads of frozen Mysis shrimp, brine shrimp, marine mix, all these different types of ones still in my freezer, which I'm probably just going to throw in the bin, because this food is just amazing. By the way, I'm not sponsored by New Life Spectrum at all. There's no sponsorship deal, nothing like that. If I see it, if I know a product's good, I shall definitely shout about it. But yeah. Amazing. I've got a video done in under 10 minutes this week. So I've got corals and that on order. So things are moving forward with the tank. So we're SPS ready now. The nutrients are very low. 1 ppm nitrate, which is where I want to run it. Phosphates are extremely low. Say undetectable in Salifert. So we are SPS ready. So I've got a few bits of coral frags on order. So hopefully within the next week, I shall show you them. Okay, until next time folks, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe, hit the like if you enjoyed the video, and check New Life Spectrum pellets out, do some homework. There's lots of videos on YouTube, they've got their own YouTube channel. Watch a few of their videos and make your own decision, try some, order some, and see what you think. So until next time, see you next week.